Welcome back, watch fans. Today we are talking about demons. We're talking about gold, and we're talking about making money with watches. And we've got a major watch market update for you today. That's right. We're talking about real news you can use. This is not some Juan and Kino tomato can nonsense. No, we give you the real scoop on where markets are going. By the way, on the wrist we have the ultimate demon repellent, which is the Rolex turnograph. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true, the turnograph. We just heard that Tucker Carlson is launching a gold company. That's right. He's going to be spruiking gold bars. We've been very bullish on gold long-term historically. Now, I said this before, look, I believe that gold, okay, is probably going to top out at this point 4,800, maybe low 5,000s, okay? And, a couple of weeks ago, if you've seen the videos, I gave you my thesis that the top was not in. I said, there was, I told you about the tomato can at the bar and all that. That's usually the sign of a top. But there's a second wave. Remember, we're talking about the second wave. This is happening right now. The second wave is when the market makes the parabolic move and all the tomato cans start buying. And they all get suckered in, and then it collapses. Okay, so I believe that is about to happen with gold, and the ultimate sign of that is when the tomato cans start getting in, and this is they say the market doesn't ring a bell at the top, but when you have, I think this is, when you have, first of all these grifters, all these grifters, who have like podcasts and all that stuff, they're always they've been spooking gold and all this shit for years, right? But the fact that this guy, here's what's interesting. So he was offered, apparently I just read this article today. So he was offered like, $20 million or something to be a spokesperson, shilling for one of these gold companies, right? But he said, no, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. Instead of me being a spokesman, I'm going to what do you call it? I'm going to do my own gold business, and what do you call it? Take all the money, right, from the tomato cans. He's like the Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones was selling all sorts of vitamins, and all these guys, they're always selling vitamins. Like erection pills, gold, all this stuff. So, to the tomato can audience, and I believe as soon as, probably within a few months of Tucker getting all his people into gold, the market will collapse. Why? Because it just has to happen that way. It has to happen, and that's going to be the generational top, meaning it's probably going to go to. I'm bullish on gold, but I don't think it's worth $5,000. I think it's worth $2,500. We should be maybe at $2,000 an ounce, maybe $2,500. It's just gotten way ahead of itself, yes. Back to the demon story. Now, as you know, we've reported that Tucker Carlson. Why do we talk about demons? Because I've mentioned this before. You have, the value of having gold on a watch, right, is that it repels demons. So, for example, there was that famous televangelist. What's the guy's name? We have a video of him, but he was famous for saying that he cannot get onto a commercial plane because it's a tube full of demons. It's a tube full of demons, and we concur. That's right. You don't want to get into a tube full of demons. Well, but if you have to, right? If you have to, you need to repel the demons, and the only way to do that is you have to have some gold on the watch. That's why you can't wear a stainless steel basic bitch Rolex watches like the Submariners and all that stuff. You gotta have either a two-tone or full gold. Okay, and now back to the demons is Tucker Carlson said that he was sleeping in bed with 4 dogs. Yeah, the guy goes to sleep with his wife in the same bed, okay, and 4 hunting dogs, as he says. This is what he says. He says he goes to sleep, he sleeps in bed with his wife and 4 hunting dogs. Now, I don't know, it's a little bit kinky. Now, look, I'm here in the middle of, Chomo stand, but that's kind of kinky, sleeping with your wife and 4 dogs. I mean, even by San Francisco standards, it's a little bit, it's a little bit questionable. But anyway, he says he was attacked by demons in the middle of the night, and he woke up with claw marks. He had claw marks on his back, claw marks from demons. He went out into the woods. He's been talking a lot about demons. And I think the problem is this. Tucker Carlson wears a Datejust 36 in steel, a Jubilee bracelet. That's a classic Rolex. It's a classic Rolex. But the problem is, what Tucker really, if Tucker had a two-tone Datejust, he would not be attacked by demons. This is, I guarantee you, I 100% guarantee, Tucker, that you will not be attacked by demons as soon as you get yourself a proper Datejust two-tone. And by the way, I think what he's got like a 1980s, looks like a 1980s type of watch. It's got, the classic, beautiful, I think it's a great watch, right? I think he just needs to get that in the two-tone, even with a champagne dial. I think he probably doesn't want to do the champagne dial because he wants to position himself as the everyman. He's like, the roll up the sleeves, plaid shirts, the whole, I'm part of the people, the whole working man, even though his father was I think he was appointed by Reagan. He was part of the CIA or something. He was definitely in the CIA. I mean, even my man Putin acknowledged that Tucker's father worked for the CIA, and Tucker was rejected. He was rejected by the CIA. That's right, unbelievable but true. This guy couldn't hack it in the CIA, so he's down to spruiking gold and colloidal silver and exotic enema potions and all sorts of weird stuff to pay the bills. It's because it's hard out there. It's hard out there for a pimp. Anyway, Tucker, you got to get some gold on the wrist, right? Ignore the haters. Ignore the haters. Now, what I would say is, really what he should get, I believe, is a turnograph like this, because then he can claim to be also a Vietnam era combat pilot like myself. That's right, and he could claim to, because this watch, as you know, this has the military heritage worn by the Air Force Thunderbirds. Now, I wasn't in the Thunderbirds, but I did fly about, 80, I think it was 200 or 300 combat missions over Vietnam in between 1968 and 1971. That's right, unbelievable truth. So you are welcome. For those of you thanking me for my service, you are welcome. If it wasn't for me, you'd all be speaking Chinese. So the turnograph market is actually picking up dramatically. The turnograph market is about to go to the moon. I think turnograph is going to be hotter than gold. I think turnograph prices are probably going to double by next week. Next week, that's right. I think next week. I think we're going to hit 10,000. Actually, no. All kidding aside, I do believe we're on trajectory for 10,000 for 1970s turnographs, head only. That's right, head only, like this, because you don't want to wear it on those bracelets. Those bracelets are junk. They're janky bracelets, you don't want that. So what you need, my friends, is proper strap. Now, I'm actually in the market for replacing the strap. I think I'm gonna get one from, I'm gonna order one. I'm not gonna say from where, because these people aren't, they're not supporting the channel, they're not paying me, so, fuck them where they breathe, as they say. There we go. Rolex coming in from China. There we go. The China shipment is there. Unbelievable but true. That's right. Unbelievable but true. They're going to be unloading right there. Port of Oakland. Anyway, my friends, that's what's going on. So if you want to avoid getting attacked by demons, if you don't want to be attacked by demons, you gotta get yourself a Rolex Turnograph two-tone, and that is the ultimate demon repellent. The ultimate demon repellent is the Turnograph. I believe the Turnograph is the ultimate demon repellent. Anyway, let me know what you tomato cans think. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. We'll see you in the next one.